Hi, welcome back. It's Jen with Unchained Crochet. Wanted to do a mini yarn haul review. Seems like every time I go to this store I find an excuse lately to go to Miejer instead of Kroger because Miejer has yarn, and it's usually a little more organized and not as hectic there as Walmart is, although they carry a lot of the same mandalas, mandala baby, regular mandala, mandala sparkle they now have, and they also have the Ferris wheel yarn at both stores. So this week I went to Miejer. I also went to Hobby Lobby yesterday, so I've got a little bit of both to showcase on this video tonight. Starting with this, if you haven't watched the Larger Than Life wrap slash shawl debut, watch that one. It's pretty entertaining if I do say so myself. But I love this. It's nice and cozy. Put it on and have yourself some hot tea. It's really great. So I'm going to start out with the yarn that I bought. It's a little bit more teal green than turquoise. It looks turquoise in the video so far. But I bought it to go with the Red Heart Roll With It yarn. And you'll find that those both linked eventually in my videos. Right now I'm busy making videos. So here's the yarn I bought to go with the Roll With It. It's I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby. First time I've worked with I Love This yarn other than their like striated, I don't know what the name of it is. It kind of changes colors gradually, just a little bit. Not really colors, but hues. This is solid. It is 100% acrylic. It calls for an eye hook. It's 355 yards, 325 meters, and 7 ounces in weight. The color is turquoise, although, like I said, it's a little softer. It's not quite so bright. A little bit more teal than turquoise. So I got that for this border here. Once up closer you can see closer to color, I think. I just love it. It has such a nice hand to it, a nice twist. It doesn't split. Let's see what else I can tell you about this yarn. It's very, very soft. It has a little bit of a halo to it. You probably can't see it in the video. It feels as though it's not going to do much pilling, as we call it. I do plan to buy this yarn again. Maybe not for a full sweater or wrap, but definitely for borders. It feels like a very durable yarn, but not scratchy, and doesn't feel like you're stitching with rope. It's just a little bit heavy for my liking for a whole garment. So it worked nice. I used it around the edges as well. Just did a chain 4 and single crochet across my little windows. That's double crochet there. So it worked very well for what I had in mind. I'm very happy with that. This isn't yarn. This is beef jerky. Oh, I want some. I'm hungry. Have some of that after the video. Also, oh, guess what? I found my keys in my shopping bag. Big surprise. I always tell myself, put it back in the same place. Put it back in the same place, but I don't always do that, especially when I'm on a bender with the yarn buying. And I took an hour-and-a-half trip to see family that's sick yesterday. So then this yarn, I already started a project with it. This is the Yarn Bee Sweet Divinity, and let me tell you, the title, the name of it is true. It is so nice to work with. The hand is just great. It almost feels a little silky, like without catching your cuticles like silk does. I don't know if you've ever stitched with silk yarn or had a silk scarf, but it is very, very nice to work with. And it has, you can see there, it's got darker plum, lighter violet, regular old purple, and the runs are, I'm doing double crochet with it, so you might have some lighter purple about that long that many stitches wide. And then it'll go back darker for a bit and then back to pop a lighter color. But I do love this. I caked a skein last night, I believe it was, and started stitching with it. And I am making the, so many names to remember. It's the Starry Night top. It's basically 2 shawls turned into a top. I wore it on one of my other videos. It's got stripes that go like this. So that one won't, this one won't be so stripy, but I also have it in the Amber Waves colorway that's yellowish, and not on my cart right now, but it's nice as well. I'm making a kimono sleeve top with it and designing my own. But I do plan to buy this again and again and again. I'm hoping they get more colors. I think they have maybe 6 or 7 colors, I think. The buttery yellow that's Amber Waves is very, very pretty. This is pretty as well. They have one that's closer to aqua, and then a peachy color, and I think a pink, and maybe ivory. So hopefully they get more colors in. So let's talk about this. This is called Berry Purple colorway. Let me get my glasses on. It calls for a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. I usually use an H, and I'm using an H width. I'm using a 5. I love H and I hooks. So that one would be just a size smaller, probably a G. Oh, I found another H hook I didn't know I had. But it's a boy. I don't like that hook. So probably a G hook would be the size it calls for. H works perfectly fine for it, and it gives it a little bit more drape. I'm going to go, since I got that out, I'm going to go ahead and show you my start of the Starry Night. Hold on just a minute. Okay, so here is the Starry Night. Started with it. Every other row is filet. And it blocks beautifully, and because you're basically making the garment on the bias, you know, it's going diagonal, it just makes a very nice drape. Shows off the curves if you're a curvy girl. And the lines forming a V are slendering. So that is that project in yarn. Then, I could not find it, but I have gotten this yarn before and made a wrap with it, the Adirondack wrap. I don't know where it's at. Since I've made that and didn't wear it much this fall, it's been laying around and I don't know where it's gone to. So hopefully I find it. It was a lot of work to make. It's basically 3 triangle shawls sewn together to make a wrap that's a rhombus shape. Or trapezoid shape. Since then I've put teacup hooks on my wall in the bedroom toward the foot of the bedside, and I hang my crocheted and knitted garments that I wear quite often. I hang them up so I can see them and I can select from what I have made myself. I don't buy a lot of new clothes off the rack. I have some basic tops and that kind of go with about everything. I usually wear solid tops with my items that I crochet. This one that I have on is just a brown long sleeve round neck t-shirt, probably from Walmart. And earlier when I did my little dancing to show off my new shawl, I noticed in the video that it's got some, like, probably some grease spots on it or something from cooking. Once in a blue moon I cook. I'm usually cooking up a project, if anything. So, anyway, it doesn't show because I usually wear my, I'll wear a jacket or a cardi or a shawl over it. So, back to this yarn. It is the mandala. This colorway is Centaur. It is 590 yards. Good yardage there. It's ample. To make a flowy front long sleeve cardigan, I usually use about 4 balls, especially if I do a hood. Without the hood, about 3.5 cakes of it. And like I said before, you can see my other videos, my Gramercy cart will hold all 4, and it just rolls off like toilet paper. I love it. So the mandala is a 3-weight light, 590 yards, and it calls for an H hook, which is my favorite, we all know. So I got 4 of those, and I do typically, I'll eyeball them, see if they look the same hues and everything. But I checked the die lots, and for some reason this one looks like maybe somebody used some of it, took it back, pulled a Jenny. Maybe they wrapped it back on there, I don't know. But the die lots, I try to match the die lots whenever possible. I don't worry about, well, this one starts with gold in the center and this other one starts with the outer color in the center. I'll pop it out. If I need to start here or here, if I need to start at that yellow and work that way, I'll just pop that center of that out and start using it in the middle if I need to do that, or vice versa on the outside. So, you know, you can do what you want, but a lot of my pieces are kind of modular, and it doesn't really matter where I start as long as the colors kind of get mixed up and shifted around here and there. There's no real set pattern to it. So this, you know, not exactly why I bought it yet, because I bought this colorway before and I did that Adirondack wrap. But I think I may do a top with it. This 2 shawls like that. Let me get a drink real quick. Like the Starry Night top that is basically 2 shawls put together. And I might do something like the virus and switch up something on it, the virus shawl, and make it into a top instead. So stick around. You're going to want to see that. And I hope that you'll join me again soon for a new project or 2. Thanks.